the first news that we are discussing, that is PM Modi inaugurates Sikkim's first railway station in Rangpo. Now, this place, the name Rangpo is a place in Sikkim. Now, what is this thing? Okay, what are we saying now? With regards to this, we are saying that our Prime Minister has inaugurated the now. What do we mean by foundation stone? The first ever time this is happening, Sikkim's first railway station, which has been inaugurated in Rangpo. Now, this is a key component for the 45-kilometer rail line that is proposed, that has been asked. Now, this is from Sivok, West Bengal to Rangpo, Sikkim. Okay, so it becomes important for you to understand this thing. Sivok, that is in West Bengal, to Rangpo, Sikkim. Now, this is a 45-kilometer long rail line that has been constructed. Similarly, the Sivok Rangpo rail, as I just told you, it's a 45-kilometer from Sivok in the West Bengal to Rangpo in the Sikkim. Now, this basically, what we are trying to see is there are multiple things that are attached or that are designed in this whole, what do you say, in this whole project. What are we saying? 14 tunnels are there, 22 bridges are there. The track is designed to accommodate 25-ton loads. Okay. Now, this is to facilitate trains running at the speed which is up to 110 kilometers per hour. So, it becomes important for you to understand the intricacies as well. Understanding the same thing, what are we saying? This station, basically, there are certain stations that have been developed or that are getting inaugurated soon as well. Okay, what are we seeing? The railway stations like Riyang, Tista Bazar, and Mili, which is in West Bengal. Now, Tista Bazar becomes a very important railway station also because this will be constructed underground, and this is going to showcase a lot of innovative designs and engineering developments. So it becomes important for you to read about these things and understand why has this become a news altogether. Okay, knowing this thing, coming to the next important news for today's discussion, that is Gaganyaan mission. Now, we saw in my multiple videos till last year, we were discussing about Chandrayaan. Sometimes I have also mentioned about Gaganyaan. I have also mentioned about all the other projects like Aditya L1 and all of these things. Now, we know for a fact that ISRO's development for in the last 2-3 years has been tremendous, has been amazing. Now, why do I talk about ISRO and all of these things? Because we are saying that Indian space study to what it was and to what it is now has changed a lot. Now, when I'm discussing all of these things, we can see this one thing that this year, finally, when we discussed about Gaganyaan, that is India's manned mission. Now, when we try to talk about manned mission, who are those people who are going to go to the space? Understanding this, recently in this week itself, we saw that PM has finally discussed the identities of these people and they were given the badges. Now, understanding this, the 4 important people who are going to travel had undergone training not only in India but also in Russia. So it becomes important for you to understand both the space studies. So Russian space, Indian, as well as India becomes the 4th. So what are the who are the other 3 countries who have started or who have already sent their people to the space? Okay, so it becomes important for you to study those 3 countries along with India. Now, this happened during the PM's visit for Vikram Sarabhai space station, okay, which is located in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Now, what are these 4 names? The first one is Group Captain P. Balakrishnan Nair. The second is Group Captain Ajit Krishnan. The third is Group Captain Angad Pratap, and the 4th one is Wing Commander S. Shukla. Now, it becomes important for you to not only know the name and background of these people, but also the prefix that is there. For all the 3 names, we see Group Captain, and then we are seeing there is one more name that is there of Wing Commander. So it becomes important for you to understand that who are these people and what is the position that they are holding. Understanding it's the same. The next that we are seeing here is the Gaganyaan mission, which is marking or where they are trying to say that this may launch or this may begin start between 2024 to 25. And this since it is a very initial stage, we are planning to send those 4 people into 400 kilometers orbit for a 3-day mission. So this will be just a 3-day mission, and the landing will be in the Indian sea waters. All of these things become very important for you. So I want you to study it in this pattern itself. Try to understand the mission, the idea of this mission, what is going to happen, who are the people involved, what is the position that they are holding, and the dates when this is going to take place. Along with this, there was something with regards to cryogenic that becomes like a homework. I want you to let me know in the comments section that what is it that we discussed with regards to cryogenic in this same meet itself. The meet, when all the 4 names were revealed during this period, there was something with regards to cryogenic, and you will drop me in the drop a message in the comment section and let me know what is this thing. Okay, so coming to the next part, what are we seeing? The Badami Chalukya temples. Now, what is this thing? Basically, the Chalukya dynasty that was there, one of the important or prominent Hindu dynasties in the southern part of India. You remember sometime back we had discussed with regards to Cholas. And knowing the same thing, what are we seeing in Telangana region? We have seen that there is a they could find, or there was some discovery that happened for the 2 Badami Chalukya temples, and a label inscription that was there in one of the villages in the Nalgonda district. Okay, now this is in Telangana. Now it becomes important for you to, okay, one of you has dropped in a message asking what is a Gaganyaan mission. Gaganyaan mission is India's first manned mission. Now, what do we mean by manned mission? Earlier to this, whatever missions we have had with regards to space, we used to send the satellites, we used to send them to study, to click images and come back, or probably stay in the space itself. This mission will include humans who will travel to the space, do some study and come back. So this is the first ever time that we are doing, specifically India. India becomes the 4th country to do this. So 2 things that I just mentioned, you need to know who are the other 3 countries, and secondly, about this mission, the people who are involved in it. So try to understand these things. Now coming back to this third topic that we are discussing about Badami Chalukya temples. Okay, now as I told you, Chalukya dynasty was one of the prominent dynasties that influenced majorly large part of the southern and central Indias. Now this was between 6th to 12th century. Okay, and understanding this, what are we seeing throughout throughout its history? Chalukya manifested as 3 distinct dynasties. Basically, there was a division of this Chalukya dynasty. The first one was the Badami Chalukyas, the second was the Eastern Chalukyas, and the third one was the Western Chalukya. It becomes important for you to understand all the 3, and this is why we are saying that the discovery that happened was from the Badami Chalukya dynasty. Okay, understanding the same thing, what is it, or what are the recent findings that we are seeing? Now, the dates of these temples seem to be somewhere between 543 AD to 750 AD. And the architectural style of this is the Nagara style or Kadamba Nagara style, which is in the Nagara format. Okay, now you need to know the Kadamba Nagara style architecture as well as the Rekha Nagara format. What is this, and what is this? What is the exclusivity here? Understanding this, the significance here is definitely the exceptional examples of the Badami Chalukya's architectural and uniqueness that is there in Telangana. Knowing this thing, we are seeing that with minimal restoration and conservation, these temples can serve as valuable testimonials to this period, to the Chalukya period that was there in Telangana, today's Telangana. Okay, now understanding this, the comparison that we are seeing apart from the temples at Alampur, these temples represent rare surviving structures of the Badami Chalukya era or in that region. Okay, so try to understand these things when you are studying about the temples. Now, similarly, we are also seeing that there was a label inscription. No, before I delve into the inscription, it becomes important for you to understand that why am I discussing this thing? As you all know, in your CLAT, you have this last year itself, something that was added to the GK syllabus was with regards to your culture and history. So culture and history plays a very important role, and these two things are a part of it. Like we saw last year, Hoysala temples were added. Chola dynasty ke bare mein the discussion was there with regards to, we could see something of the Chola is still available in the northern part of India, specifically in the capital. So discussing all of these things, keeping that same idea in mind with regards to culture and history, coming back to the Badami Chalukya temples. This label inscription takes us back to the basically 8th or 9th century AD. This inscription here reads the Gandalo Ranru and is inscribed on a pillar of a group of 5 temples in the village. The inscription basically is a meaning, it's the meaning of here, this thing is not clearly understandable or mentioned, but it could possibly be a heroic title, considering that Ganda in Kannada means a hero. Okay, knowing the same thing, the association that we are seeing here is 5 temple known as Panchakuta can be attributed to the late Badami Chalukya period based on the age of the label inscription. Okay, now understanding this, of course, these temples are not currently in use, with one of the temple missing the Shivlingas and another containing a containing a Vishnu idol. So it becomes important for you to again understand everything that is here. Okay. Now coming to the next part that we are seeing is the fourth news or the final news for today. That is NATO launches Steadfast Defender 2024 military exercise. Now, what is this thing? Basically, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization launched its largest military exercise in Europe. Okay, now this was there in decades. Okay, the Steadfast Defender of 2024 started in the late January 2024. Now, this is a large-scale operation that was conducted against the backdrop of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. So it becomes important for you to read these things. Along with this, it becomes important for us to understand who are the important people involved when we are trying to discuss about NATO. Now you can see this thing that the Secretary General is Jens Stoltenberg. It was founded in the year 1949 on the 4th of April, and the headquarters is Washington, D.C., which is United States. Now, sorry, I'm so sorry. It was founded in in 1949 on 4th of April at Washington, D.C., but the headquarters is Brussels, Belgium. So it becomes important for us to understand all of these things when we are discussing or when we are trying to read these news. These came to be one of the most important current affairs or one of the most important news for this week. So I want you to go through all of these things and drop it in the comment section and let me know what else do you want in our upcoming videos, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, and all the best.